Brock Purdy, he's back. He's ready. He is picking up right where he left off. Blades and fades. I'm Tony Jigsaw Cutillo. AJ the Barber at the Major Edge, man. We're rolling into week 12. It's the Christmas time. Thanksgiving next week, man. We're all about giving out winners tonight, aren't we?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
So we listen, week 11, we skipped a week in week 10, came back week 11, went strong. Four or five?
4 or 5. Warren got hurt last week, and you see Kenneth Gainwell stepped in. He had a huge game. Think
Huge.
about if Warren didn't get hurt. That's Warren's production. So I would have went 5 for 6 if Warren didn't get hurt.
Ooh, I like that. Five. I like that. Oh man. And we had what you faded Sutton, right?
Faded Sutton. I said to fade Henry. He went off. That backfired a little bit. But
That's okay.
I called the Jared Goff. Jacoby Brissett had a career high in passing yards, most amount of passing attempts of all time. 47 passing attempts that he completed?
Wow.
It was crazy, but I hit on most of the guys.
Think about the year that we're in, man. You're talking about guys like Jacoby Brissett, Joe Flacco set records, man. Davis Mills leading a 3-0 charge for the Houston Texans. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Listen, I was wrong with Derrick Henry too. So it is what it is. That's what happens. I mean, you can't be right all the time, right? You can't be right. And all the trolls that said they are, let me see your record. That's all I got to say. So let's go into the week 12 and let's start right off the bat. We talked about Brock Purdy. So
yeah,
what are you loving about Brock Purdy this week?
Something about that Panthers and Niners game is really catching me on. Like, I'm intrigued by it. He looked good in his first week back. He threw for 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, had like 20 fantasy points. So I feel like the injury concern isn't really there for me. He's had his troubles with injuries in the past, but I feel like he's getting his guys back more healthy in the Niners offense. He fits right back in, taking over Mac Jones. So I think he's going to do good this week against Carolina for sure.
I like it. I mean, listen, he's got his guys back. Like you said, George Kittle is back and healthy. You got Juwan Jennings that's finally got past the contract issues. Looks like his mind's right. He's playing Christian McCaffrey quietly having Christian McCaffrey. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Who would have think about that? How many guys passed on McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor?
A lot.
Right?
A lot.
And there are some teams out there that I know have both of them on their squad because of the way it went in the draft. So crazy. All right, man. Where we going number 2?
This is one of my more riskier picks just based on how the offense has been the last couple of weeks, but I'm going to go with Devontae Smith this week.
Oh, so you're going all the bad juju going on in Philadelphia, but against a really bad secondary in Dallas.
We all hope, as a Philly fan, we really just hope to see this offense succeed. And I think if there's one week that they have a chance to really go off and kind of turn things around, it would be this week against Dallas. It's a divisional game, so obviously there's tensions there and all that. But I think Devontae Smith, he's the more quieter guy. He doesn't talk in the media. He doesn't give in as much as A.J. Brown, who's been complaining and all that, whatever's going on there. I think Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, I think together they're going to have a good week. I think he's just going to torch that secondary and maybe get a couple scores, at least one.
Well, you know why he's a good soldier, right? Because he went to Alabama. But when you come from Alabama, man, like for the most part, you're a pretty good dude. You know what I mean? You got your mind right. You're saying the right things. You've been trained well. So which is cool. I listen. I like it. A lot of soft zone that Eberflus out there. It's Eberflus, right? As a defensive coordinator, right, from Chicago. So they plays a lot of soft zone. So that's where Devontae Smith lives. So it could be another good day for Dallas Goedert as well. So I like that. So we're going number 3 with your Blades.
I really don't care that Ramondre's active this week. I'm putting in Tavarian Henderson.
Ooh.
He's got to have earned a slightly larger role. I mean, he was in that like 30, 25, 30% range, and he was still producing a tad bit. He was approaching 10 points every week. Just imagine if he gets up to like 50%. I mean, his big playability is there. I know there's concerns of his pass blocking, which might be a reason why he's not in all the time. His vision's not the greatest, but the last 2 weeks, I feel like he's proved himself and solidified at least a little bit of a larger role, and Vrabel hopefully plays him a little bit more to have a bigger week. And you know how I am with running backs against Cincinnati, and maybe Cincinnati doesn't have the best week, but I think the Patriots are going to go off because their offense has been on fire.
Listen, I like it. And the one thing I will say is, looking at Vrabel, he's an old school coach. So he's always going to go to the mentalities you don't lose your job from injury, right? He's always going to go into that. However, like you said, I think he's proved that he is worthy of more than a 80-20 split. I think we will bump up to 60-40 as long as that pass coverage and
Mhm.
40% Travion Henderson at that speed, that big playability, they can sign me up all day. So
Yeah.
I like that, man. I like that. Now, obviously, let's go on the other end. Who's your first fade?
I'm fading Daniel Jones this week. I think
Ooh.
I think we've came back to I'm not gonna say yet, but the last couple of weeks, I mean, the Colts are still doing well, but I mean, Daniel Jones isn't playing his greatest. He's been turning the ball over a little bit recently, but against Kansas City, you know how good that defense can be, and especially you see a quad injury popped up on the injury report. That could be an issue, especially in a game like this.
No, man. Listen, I think it's a great call because Spags is going to say Andy Reid was always good. And Andy Reid team always was like, or I should say Bill Belichick team, which again, when you're a goat, just like Andy Reid, stop the best player. So Spags is obviously the best player is Jonathan Taylor. So they're going to say, hey, Danny Dimes, beat us. Beat us. And that offensive line does have some holes in pass
Mhm.
blocking. So Chris Jones is a pretty big force up there up front. So he can wreak havoc all day. So I do like that, man. I do like that. Like you said, he popped up on the injury report. Soft tissue injuries are never good, especially for quarterbacks. So we'll see what happens. But I like the play, man. Where you going, number two?
Well, I'm picking another Colts player
Oh,
actually because I see big weeks out of guys like Josh Downs, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Warren, guys like that, but Michael Pittman, I just don't think is gonna have it because Spags, obviously, like you said, how good of a coordinator he is, but they always find a way to get that number one wide receiver. I just don't think he's gonna get going at all this week. I think Daniel Jones is gonna be scattered with like that pass blocking. You said it's a little bit weaker right now. There's holes in it. I just don't think he's gonna have time to get it to Pittman. I mean, listen, I'm keeping Pittman in my lineup. I still think he's gonna have at least 10 points, but I wouldn't expect a big week from him.
I like that. Listen, man, I get it. You go by the trends, you go by the stats, you go by the defense, you look at the opposition. I listen, this could be that week where they really get shut down. So I like that. All right, no more Colts. What's the third?
The third, I'm going with Ashton Genty.
Oh man. What's that? I had and it's for anybody listening, and I want because maybe I was dead wrong. But I was all in with Chip Kelly this year, like all in. Sign me up. AJ knows. I was like, sign me up. Give me Gino. Give me Jacoby Myers. Give me Brock. I want Ashton. Everybody that's and that. I just can't figure out if it's the O line and he just doesn't have the
I really
talent.
I really don't think it's Chip Kelly. I think it's Geno Smith and that offensive line.
That's where I'm leaning. A lot of people are gonna. I think Gino's regressed a lot, and I
Mhm.
think the stuff that Chip wants to do, he can't do. That's so I'm with you, in my opinion. But why are you gonna fade Ashton Genty?
You watch the Raiders and you watch that especially last week, you watch that offensive line, they're running the ball, they just collapse. I mean, Ashton Genty's running into 3 guys, he can't do anything, and it's not his fault because you know how talented that guy is. I mean, he's had his weeks this year where he's really gone off, but when the offensive line isn't performing, especially against, Cleveland this week, I mean, I don't see holes opening up, I don't see him getting reps in the passing game. I just think it's gonna be a bad game all around between the Browns and Raiders. I don't think a lot of points are gonna be scored because you saw Shador last year didn't play well. He's starting, but I think it's gonna be a low scoring game, and I don't think Genty's gonna get opportunity.
I like it, man. That Cleveland defense is. I, I'll tell you, man. Jim Schwartz is obviously listen. We got Miles Garrett, right? I mean, it's dude's a absolute monster. However, the scheme out there is so good, and like you said, man, they're going to be all out to stop Ashton Genty because they're like not worried about Gino,
Mhm.
right? So yeah, I like that, man. I like it. I like it, man. So we got big games coming up this week,
Yeah,
man.
hopefully going for another good week this
Help
week.
and we got the holiday coming up next week.
Yep,
So we're probably take the week off, right? Celebrate with the family, maybe. I don't know. We'll talk about maybe we do something Wednesday. We'll see. I know you're gonna be busy. But how's school going?
it's good.
Yeah.
Done a lot of haircuts. Today was a busy day. Made $50 at school today.
And tips.
And tips, 4 haircuts came in, had a fade, high skin fade, never done
High
that
skin
before.
fade.
Yeah, and then 4 like gentleman classic cuts, they call it at school. So
Okay.
it's going well. It's going well. I'm progressing a lot. I'm almost 3 months in already.
3 months, man. So in 7 months, you'll be sitting on the show with a certificate. But like, look at me, man.
Well, I gotta
I'm
pass that
official.
state board test first.
Yeah, I listen. I got all faith in you. I
Yeah.
think you're gonna be fine. I think you'll be fine. So as always, we got a holiday coming up. If we're not here, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, Thanksgiving. Give thanks and have a blessed day. And AJ, how we get out of here, man?
Stay sharp on off the chair.
Yeah.